Number 4 is gestures. Right, number 4 is gestures. So I have the exact numbers here. There was this TED study done, right, where they did a study on all of like the biggest TED Talks. In fact, all of them total. And they said, what's the difference between the most watched TED Talks and the least watched TED Talks? What is the difference here? And one researcher had a hypothesis. I bet the people who have the most watched TED Talks, I bet they just use their hands more. Like they're just more animated. There's more going on there, right? So they actually counted it. Someone actually watched every TED Talk and counted every gesture on every speaker of every talk. Imagine that was your job for like 3 weeks. How smart would you be though? Watch all those TED Talks, right? And they found top half of TED Talks, get the number right. Top half of TED Talks on average, they average 465 gestures per their talk. Bottom half, 242. 465 most watched, 242 least watched. What's the difference? Just this. Just do this the whole time and watch what happens. Look into my eyes. Yeah, that's it. All right. Your gestures are so incredibly important when it comes to your speaking. So important. Some of you, I see when we're doing exercises, you're doing this. Some of you are not. All right. The ones who are doing it, you're getting more attention. I guarantee it. There is a guy, he's in jail now, I think. He was friends with Donald Trump, Roger Stone. You guys know Roger Stone? There's a documentary on Netflix, I think it's called Get Me Roger Stone. Very, very informative documentary. Whether you're pro, against, whatever, you'll learn from it, I promise. Really good Netflix documentary. But Roger Stone, when he speaks, like, this is what I recommend you do. For him or for anyone else you're watching, put the video on mute and just watch their body language and watch their hands. And that will tell the story. You'll find you'll actually be able to get what they're saying without even hearing what they're saying, because you can tell with their energy, with their body language, what they're doing. But he, with his hands, he does these like, he just does this over and over. So it's really, it's like very idiosyncratic, yeah, very eccentric, but it works, right? He's at like a teleprompter, he's on like a desk, like a news station, he's just, like he's like mixing back there, right? Like, it's like playing a set. So, gestures. All right, so here's what I want you guys to do. In a second, I'm gonna ask you to stand up, and I want you to talk to the other person, and all I want you to do is just have, you're gonna ask the other person this question, all right? What did you have for breakfast today? Repeat after me. What did you have for breakfast today? What did you have for breakfast today? Great, and if you fast, then just explain why you fast. That's good enough. All right, so if me and Eric were going, I would say, what did you have for breakfast today? He would start answering, and as you answer, as you speak, I want you using more of your hands than you normally would. I want you to use like 100% more hands. All right, 100% more gestures is what I'm looking for. All right, so do that for about 30 seconds, and then switch and let the other person answer as they use 100% more hands. Let's go. So what did we learn? What did we notice? Yes?
I noticed that it's easier to control your tonality when you're sort of moving with your...
It's easier for you to control your tonality when you're moving your hands more. Cool. Anyone else notice that?
Yeah.
A couple of you? Yeah. What else did we learn? What else did we notice? Yes?
Not only just the other person, but you as well seem pretty entertained as the conversation goes with more hand movements.
Yes. You mean the speaker, you seem more entertained?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're more into what you're saying.
Yeah.
Which makes the other person what? More into what you're saying. Exactly. Yes.
Visualization, it helps to visualize and bring someone's attention in.
Totally. You notice you can almost control where they look with your hands? Yes.
I was saying you can paint a picture.
Yes. Literally. Yeah, like Steve Jobs would, right? Yes. Yeah.
It forces you to bring energy into the interaction with your actual movement.
Yes. Right? Motion creates emotion. Right? It creates energy just by moving. Yeah.
Having about 3 to 5 that you use regularly is more important than trying to have like 17 different ones.
Different moves?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need a lot of moves. Right? Like I said, Gary Vee, he's got this one, and he's got... You guys know exactly what I'm talking about, don't you? Please, like, what is he? Yeah, what is he? I don't think you're never gonna be able to watch him the same again. All right, he's got like 3 or 4 moves, right? Most people have about 3. I don't know. I have 3 or 4 moves, and I don't have like a note card with my moves on it, right? It's just expression, right? It was more movement. What else? Yeah.
You talk about something boring as fuck, and it just makes it more entertaining.
It's entertaining, right? Like you realize nothing is what it is unless nothing is what it is until you make it what it is. So like the things that used to bore you can actually be really entertaining if you make them entertaining. Does that make sense? Yeah. Right? Like life's not boring, you're boring, right? That's just the truth. So, not you in particular. I don't know you, you might be. I'm just kidding. So,
I watched Jason Capital, but
it's not possible, yeah. So, a couple notes with gestures and body language and stuff. All right, one is the circle of trust. All right, circle of trust is basically nipples to belt. Okay, so from out here to here, we want our hands staying in this area with our movements. They can go out, but they stay from nipples to belt. Okay? If our hands start going outside of this place, it's actually, like a lot of studies have found, it's less trustworthy. It feels less trustworthy. In my opinion, why is that you look more out of control? Like, imagine someone's hands above their nipples when they talk. Does this make any sense to you? No, your wires are like being crossed right now. What is Jason doing? Right? What if I keep him down here? I'm like, yep, so here's what you need to do. Like, what the fuck is going on? Right? So we're gonna stay nipples to belt. We're gonna stay in this trustworthy zone. All right, here, 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 all this stuff here. Okay? Second, no flimsy hands, please. All right, don't let me see any flimsy fucking hands. What is a flimsy hand? Imagine you're a waiter carrying a tray. Would your hand drop the tray? If the answer is yes, it's a flimsy hand. Okay, and I'm not gonna put any names, but I saw some people here doing this. All right, I don't care what gender you don't wanna use flimsy hands, strong hands. Does that make sense to everyone? Show me what a flimsy hand looks like real quick. Everyone just show me from your, yeah, right? What does a strong hand look like? Totally, okay, perfect. So no flimsy hands. Couple other things. If you show palms, this is a signal of trust, all right? In humans, to our brain, palms equals trust. If we can't see someone's palms, we assume they're doing what? They're hiding something from us. So if we can see their palms, this is why when people are tell me that you're telling the truth, like really emotionally, like just tell me, I'm telling the truth. Okay, did I tell him to do this? He did it naturally. What did he do? He showed me his palms. This is like, we know how to do this already. This means I'm not lying, right? Or we go like, I swear, I didn't do it, right? I'm showing you my palms. I didn't do it. Palms equals trust. Now, too much palm, too much wrist equals supplicating. Supplicating. You know what supplicating means? Supplicating is, let's just call it wussy. Wussy behavior. Pushover. Supplicating. Changing who you are, your integrities, your core values for someone else. You supplicate yourself for someone else, right? So if we show too much of this, we look weak, right? This is our house. We don't want to look weak, right? So a little bit of palm. I like neutral, right? I'm very like neutral, sometimes over, a little under, but I never talk like this, right? This is a weak way of talking. And I saw some of you doing this also, a lot of palms. We don't want to do that. All right, so everyone show me too much palm. Good, and show me a good amount of palm. Okay, good. Okay. Couple last things. Just a couple good hand positions, which you guys probably know, some of you already. Steepling is a power position with your hands. Everyone show me steepling. Yes, this is a powerful position to be in. Okay? Steepling is good. This, not as good. This means I'm a little nervous. This means I feel powerful. Nervous, powerful. Yes?
I noticed Trump does this a lot.
Mm-hmm.
When he's talking, he has his hands.
Would you say Trump's a powerful person?
Yes.
Yeah, very powerful, right? And then you have one finger that is higher status than any other finger you have. Which one is it? Your thumb. Thumbs are the highest status fingers. All right, thumbs are the highest status fingers. Does this mean you're Fonzie? No, you're not Fonzie on stage. All right, but for instance, right, if you ever put your hands in your pockets, that's not a bad thing. You can do that on stage. It looks very relaxed and comfortable. If you're gonna do it, thumbs out, right? I mean, look at the difference between this and this. It's different, right? It's very different. Thumbs out, right? This is the worst one. This says I'm not that confident, I'm not that comfortable. This says I'm confident and I'm comfortable. My thumbs are just out, that's all, right? But that's it, okay? So thumbs, like, we don't want to hide our thumbs. All right, it's subtle, but it actually makes a difference. All right, it legitimately makes a difference. So let's look at, and then the last thing, actually, before I forget, body language, and we're gonna practice this. All right, with your body language, when you're animating on camera or on stage, you wanna move your body, move your arms, as if you were moving through water. Imagine you were underwater and you were speaking. Would your arms moving really, really fast, or would they be kind of smooth and controlled? They'd be smooth and controlled, because they'd have to be. You can't move that fast underwater. All right, we need to bring that above the surface. Do you guys notice that my movements are pretty smooth and controlled up here? The way I move my body and everything? All right, I'm not like a martial artist or anything. This is body language. All right, so I want everyone to stand up again, and we're gonna do, it's not what you ever, it's what are you gonna have for dinner tonight is the question. All right, and when you answer, just try and think about a couple of things we just talked about. Mostly, if there's only one you're thinking about, it's smooth and controlled as if you were underwater. All right, let's go. You have a tendency to show too much palm.
Oh, thank you.
This bad, bad, good, good, bad, good, bad, good, good. Okay? All right. Pause right here. How much higher status has he looked in the last 5 seconds?
Well,
It makes a difference, right? Good.
and I find if I'm nervous, I might as well just put them here.
That's good. So this is great. You look powerful when you do that. Okay? Smoother. Smoother. Right now, when you're doing it, you're kind of like you're like throwing darts. I don't want darts. I want like smooth, controlled movements. All right. Like, how high did his status go on that one than the other one? It's fucking instant, dude. And everyone is constantly reading your status level. Every moment. This was a hot chick. She'd be giving you her number now instead of walking away because you moved your hands differently. How crazy is that? I don't know if you got a girlfriend, you're married. I'm just saying that's nuts. Okay? All right. Give yourself some love. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Please be seated. Good. All right, so what did we notice? What did we learn the second time?
Way smoother.
What's that?
Way more smooth.
Yeah, way more smooth. Good. James,
When we're controlling our movement, we felt more power.
you felt more powerful.
And we kind of more power.
Yes. You felt like you were channeling more power the smoother you moved?
It was like scattered power.
Yes. It's focused, directed, yes.
The energy level, it's like when you walk into a place, there's a certain like energy and you like get that baseline, and then it's like you bring in the energy, so now it's like more people are gonna like gravitate towards that.
More people will gravitate towards you simply because you become better at attracting attention. That's it. And attention begets attention. Because I walk into a room and I see 20 people having 20 conversations, and I see one person who seems to be looking very intently at another person. And that catches my eye because I'm like, oh, social proof. One person is paying a lot of attention to another person, and then all the other people in the room, they notice that. And we start to notice who are the people in the room who seem to attract the most attention. And then again, attention equals what? Value. Value. Okay? What else do we notice? What else do we learn? Yes.
For me, I noticed that like, I already led as well, that I can move really fast, and so it has to be a conscious practice around myself to just slow down. And so I felt doing this exercise, I just like I caught myself sometimes, just trying to move super fast.
Perfect. And like the way, like that's, by the way, that, like how do you change this? Like who else feels that way also? Maybe you move too fast. Yeah, the way you do it is you have to become what we call self-correcting, right? Self-correcting is the key. You catch yourself when you're going too fast, and then you slow it down, right? Because you can even put an anchor in there. So you catch yourself, and then you repeat to yourself, smooth and slow, and then you go smooth and slow. It can literally be that, and you do it enough. Another way to like force this behavior upon yourself is you do it, you catch yourself smooth and slow, and then if you catch yourself a second time going too fast, you have to take off one article of clothing. And how much longer do you think you're going to continue that behavior you don't want to continue?
Every time.
You won't. No, you won't. In fact, like in couples therapy, this is something that they use a lot, is, I thought my phone was going off. If like, let's say the wife is really nitpicky on the husband and she nags a lot, right? If that's something they're working on, whenever she nags and they're in public, the husband has to start taking his clothes off. And he will continue to take them off until he's wearing nothing, until she stops. Do you think she wants to be embarrassed in public? No. So what does she do? Yeah. It's an unbelievable tactic. Works incredibly well. How good is that? But like literally, you find yourself moving too fast, start taking your clothes off. I promise you will start to go slower. Or you will join a sex cult. You're gonna win either way though, yeah. So. Okay, so we have gestures.